Welcome everyone. Hope you all are doing fine. Now, let us start. The first novel we have. The title of the story is Monroe. The rating is 76 out of 100. The story is about a man named Bob who did everything right but still found himself stuck in a thankless position and with only his cat for company. His situation worsens and the story warns against backing a man into a corner. It is updated on Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. On to the next novel we have. The story is about a 14-year-old boy named Yamanaka Aoba who transmigrated to the world of Naruto and became an Anbu torturer. He awakened the mind-reading system, which allowed him to read memories and get rewards. 10 years later, Kyuubi Rampage broke out, and Aoba had to make a move to stop it. On to the next novel we have. The Path of Ascension is a novel about a young man named Matt who dreams of delving into the rifts responsible for the monsters that destroyed his city and killed his parents. However, he is deemed detrimental due to his Tier 1 talent, and no guild or group will accept him. He then meets a mysterious couple who invite him to join the Path of Ascension, an empire-wide race to ascend the tiers and become living legends. The novel is a mix between lit RPG and Shenshia, with no blue boxes and clicking plus S to get stronger. It promises realistic fight scenes, in-depth world building, and characters who act and talk like real people. On to the next novel we have. The article title is, Honey, Why Can't We Get a Divorce? And it receives a rating of 80. The story is about a woman who possesses another woman and kills her husband, but fortunately it happens before she kills him. However, everyone knows she loves the male lead and the main character must get a divorce, but her husband tears up the papers and calls her crazy. The main character wonders why she can't get a divorce. On to the next novel we have. The Reincarnated villain makes the heroines tearfully beg for forgiveness is about Lin Yan, a heavenly emperor who was defeated by the male lead and 10 female leads. He awakens a power to rewrite his past and begins to do so. As a child, he protected and fed one of the female leads, Xiao Yanren, and later married another heroine, Xiao Mei. He rose to become the heavenly emperor, but his actions were misunderstood by the world. The story explores Lin Yan's past actions and how he seeks forgiveness from the heroines. The rating for the story is 86. On to the next novel we have. Title: The Academys Deceased Ate It All. My rating, 70. Day. The protagonist wishes to fall into a game when they were young. On to the next novel we have. Mark of the Fool is a web novel about a young man named Alex who, after becoming a wizard, is marked as one of the kingdom's 5 chosen heroes. However, his mark is the Fool, the worst of them all, and instead of serving as a hero or dying, he flees with his sister and friends to uncover the truth about his land's evil. The story has a PG-13 rating with some gore and swearing, and the tone is a mix of action-adventure, comedy, slice of life, and mystery. The MC is analytical with emotions, and the fights will be detailed. The story won't contain extreme grimdark content, murder hobo plots, edgy, anti-hero MCs, pacifist MCs, or harems. On to the next novel we have. The article discusses a Sherlock Holmes-based game called Villain Maker where the player can fulfill the probability of Professor Moriarty's appearance. The game includes different scenarios such as becoming that man for Holmes, completing a sham marriage with Watson, and getting kidnapped by the phantom thief Lupin. The author criticizes the game's development and rates it 82. On to the next novel we have. The book, titled Return of the Woodcutter, is about a self-proclaimed martial artist and former criminal named Ido Walker who is forcibly revived by the gods of a foreign world to take part in a never-ending war. The gods offer mortals powers in exchange for eternal servitude and the completion of trials before finally entering Iris. Despite not agreeing with the gods' manipulative ways, Ido sees Iris as a chance to atone for his past misdeeds in this fantasy world of swords and magic. He will strive to regain what little honor he has left, despite the obstacles that hinder his path. The book has warnings for the audience, such as an imperfect MC who will learn and grow because of his flaws, no harems, typos and grammatical and wording issues, strong language, gore, and violence. It also has comedy, which may not be to everyone's liking. On to the next novel, we have. The story is about a homeless teenager named Lucas who was born without superpowers in a world where those with abilities dominate. When a new dungeon appears before him, Lucas enters it, expecting death but instead gains the power of a hero, and begins his journey of vengeance against the world that took everything from him. The overall rating of the story is 72. On to the next novel, we have. The Academys Barbarian is a story about a warrior from a barbarian tribe who enters Arson Academy, the best educational institution on the continent known for nurturing many talented people. I gave it a rating of 84. On to the next novel, we have. The protagonist is a talented designer who unexpectedly dies in a car accident and is reborn as a hamster. To his surprise, the CEO he hated in his past life adopts him, and he vows to ruin the company. The overall rating for the story is 82. On to the next novel, we have. The protagonist in My Fate System uses his powers to summon an undead and obtains a new monster. However, he is reminded that he must consume living souls to stay alive. The character reflects on how he stopped being human when he awakened and now must face the hatred of both humans and gods. The article has a rating of 78. On to the next novel, we have. A former demon lord who lost to a group of heroes is reborn into the past and vows to live a kind life. This is the story of his journey. The reviewer gave it a rating of 84. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Bringing Culture to a Different World. The rating given by the summarizer is 86. The story is about a demon prince named Joshua who plans to bring Earth's culture to the demon race's new world and conquer it through entertainment, starting with making movies to change people's impression of demons. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Monarch of Darkness, and it has a rating of 80. The story follows Ryan, a devil prince whose kingdom was invaded and all of his relatives perished. He escaped with the supreme treasure of his family and merged with the soul of a dying infant, taking on a new identity as Evan. The story follows Evan as he grows up, takes revenge, and rises to the top. Evan is determined to annihilate heaven if it dares to block him because he views light as his enemy. On to the next novel, we have. The Urban Dao Child is a story about young Dao, an introverted orphan who is blessed with 4 familiar spirits by the heavens. One day, a black-haired beauty approaches him and reveals that he is a young master. On to the next novel, we have. The novel is about Shu Chuanchuan, a Yuri writer who claims to be straight. She accidentally sleeps with her top donor, who turns out to be her boss. She deals with the consequences while hiding her secret relationship and health problems. The reader wonders why she's not updating regularly, and Shu Chuanchuan has to lie about her health. On to the next novel, we have. Love the Psycho is a romance story about a woman who suffers from split personality disorder and the man who takes care of her as she tries to remember her past. The story includes a bonus about her children. The reviewer gave it a rating of 70. On to the next novel, we have. The title is Ranker's Return, and my rating is 84. The story is about the strongest ranked player in the virtual reality game, Arena, who deleted his character and left. He returns to the game to restore his bankrupt family. The story asks if the reader wants to create a character. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Genius Detective, and it follows the story of Song Lang, a police genius, who assumes the identity of a driver named Chen Shi. He becomes the prime suspect in a case and helps a police officer uncover the truth. The story involves bizarre homicide investigations and the possibility of encountering his mortal enemy again. My rating for this story is 80. That's the end of this video. I will see you soon in the next video. Happy reading.